Hello, everyone. We are live. Welcome. This is our first live stream on Facebook. I want to thank you for coming thank you for participating. I'm Alex Villasana. I'm honored to be the founder and chief instructor at the Innovative Loom Company, or TILCO, as we call it. And again, I want to welcome you to this very brief description of what is and what is not computational thinking. If you're here, it's probably because either you are about to take one of our courses that we offer through TILCO, or maybe you register your children for Camp Leonardo for the spring break, and computational thinking is one of the topics that we're going to cover during the week of spring break. And I thought it was a good idea to have this brief introduction to what is computational thinking, so that maybe you will be interested in taking the course at TILCO, or if you're sending your kids to camp, you will have a better idea of what we're going to be talking about, and hopefully you will help us to reinforce those concepts at home. So TILCO and Camp Leonardo are in partnership in promoting these classes, these courses, and hopefully it will be, it is our desire that it will be a benefit for the kids. And again, if you take the class at TILCO, that it will be a benefit for you. Our purpose at the Innovative Loom Company is to help our students, to provide support, to provide training, so that our students may reinforce their ability to collaborate, to work together in teams, to collaborate, to develop a sense of a community in those teams, and of course, pursue creative solutions to the challenges that they are facing. Now, this is not only with the purpose of improving our professional lives, but also to improve our personal lives. That's something that makes TILCO different than other schools of creativity, is that we focus not only on quote-unquote productivity, not only in the professional field, but also we emphasize to our students the need of being generous with what they're learning, so that others may also benefit from their work and their effort, and that enriches their personal life. This goal, this mission of TILCO resonates with the mission of Camp Leonardo, and that's why we have this collaboration. Now, why computational thinking? Why should you study, or why should you encourage your student, your child, to learn about computational thinking? The main reason is this: that here in the US, we have moved away from an economy that makes things, that produces items, and now we are being more and more an economy of knowledge and creativity. And that is the kind of jobs that we're going to have in the near future. That is the kind of professional fields that are going to be open in the near future. If you're an adult and you're thinking about registering for one of our courses at TILCO, that is the purpose. The purpose is to help you to make your horizon wider, your professional horizon wider, not necessarily get you to become, excuse me, for instance, a software developer, or a game developer, or a computer whiz, nothing like that necessarily, but to give you the tools and give you a taste of what it's like to move towards these kind of job opportunities that emphasize knowledge and creativity. And because of that, because we are moving in that direction, there's clear evidence now that is the case here in the US. Computational thinking has become, or is becoming, a necessary skill, regardless of the specifics of your job in the near future. Regardless of what we're going to be doing, we need that skill set that will help us to find creative solutions to the challenges that we are facing. Now, excuse me, let me tell you what computational thinking is not. Computational thinking, and this is where it gets confusing because of the term, right? Computational thinking sounds like, oh, it's all about computers, or it's all about coding, or it's all about what is now become popular, what is it called, like boot camps. It's not like that. First, computational thinking is not about coding. It's not exclusively about software development. It's not. Computational thinking is not complex. There's evidence, there are some recent articles that point to the fact that, for instance, children in lower elementary school are capable of understanding the process of computational thinking. Maybe they're not capable to explain it precisely, use the right terminology, but they are capable of understanding the steps, the process, the goals for CT. So it's not complex, really. And again, it's not limited to computers. CT, in some parts of the US, CT is becoming a foundational block for the curriculum, for all the curriculum in elementary and middle schools. Is being presented, is being taught to the kids across the different classes that they take, because computational thinking is applicable to all the areas, all the different subject areas covered in school. So CT can be applied to math, of course. CT can be applied also to social studies or language arts. So it's not exclusive, it's not limited to computers. Now, I know the word computational, again, it sounds like computers, but it's not only focused on coding, it's not complex, and it's not limited to computers or software development or even just technology. So if CT is not like this, then what is it? Let me find my cursor here. If CT is not like this, then what is computational thinking? Well, it is a very formal and disciplined way to solve problems, or to find solutions to problems. Now, here's where at Tilco we add this extra step. It's not only about finding the solution to a problem. It's about finding a solution to a problem and express that solution in a way that is easy to implement and is easy to share with others. We believe that if you find a solution to a problem and you're the only one who knows the solution, then it's not very useful what you just discover, what you just came up with. It may be a great solution, it may be a very elegant solution, but if nobody understands it, if you cannot share it, or if it's extremely difficult to implement, then what is the benefit? So we are not talking about solving problems for the sake of solving a problem. We're not talking about solving problems just within the elite of knowledgeable people. No, we are talking about solving problems in a way that makes it easier. It facilitates sharing that solution, implementing that solution. That is what computational thinking is all about. It has 4 steps, and at CT, at Tilco, we take this approach of explaining what those 4 steps are, but not only as abstract concepts or ideas. What we do when we explain the 4 steps, we bring examples, real life examples, examples from the world, challenges that we find in the real world, and we try to solve those challenges using these 4 steps. Now, here's also something that we do differently at Tilco. The best example that I have for you is this, that we use a similar approach in teaching computational thinking than some schools use to teach foreign languages. And generally speaking, we have 2 camps, right? If you're going to learn another language, excuse me, there are 2 camps. And one camp is called language knowledge, where you learn the language, you learn the syntax, you learn grammar, you learn all the, I'm going to call it that technical side of the language. Then there's this other camp that is called language acquisition, and you acquire the language. You may not know all the technical, maybe you cannot explain it, you know, all the technical issues of the language, but you can speak it, and you understand that you can communicate correctly. You know, it happens to you, like English is not my first language, right? So sometimes I ask friends who were born here in the States, and I say, hey, why do we say this thing this way? And the answer is, I don't know. That's the way we say it, that's the way we use it, that's the way we do it. That is language acquisition. So we want the same process with our students, regardless, you know, like at camp or at Tilco. We want our students to acquire the skill, and almost our desire is that it almost becomes a second nature, that when they see a challenge or a problem, they immediately begin to break down the problem and attack the problem or confront the problem with these 4 steps. So it's not only theory that we present, we want to challenge them to solve real life problems, again, across a very wide spectrum in terms of professional fields. But we don't want it just to be this academic knowledge that our students may acquire. So what's next then? And by now you may be wondering, okay, Alex, what are those 4 steps? I can tell you, I will share with you those steps maybe in another video, definitely in our classes or at camp. But the next steps are ask questions. If you have questions about computational thinking or any other of the classes that we offer at Tilco, at the Innovative Loom Company, please let me know. Send me a direct message here on Facebook, send me a comment or write a comment. I'm almost sure this is going to also show up on YouTube. So if you have any questions or comments, let me know. All the information on how to contact me is right there. And of course, if you want to send your kid to Camp Leonardo, this is the time. Go ahead and register. At the time of the recording of this video, we have a few spaces. So we have some room for more students. Is the week of spring break is coming up, and is for kids, for children from 3rd to 8th grade. So go and visit campleonardo.org. All the information is there. Send me a direct message. Whatever works for you, just let me know if you have any questions, or go ahead and register. Okay? Thank you so much for your time. I hope this was a useful information for you. And I'm going to say, if you have any questions, please let me know. Okay? Hasta luego. Ciao.